And welcome back. Well, there are many reasons people want to get rid of hair on certain parts of the body. For some, it's hormonal. For others, it's just annoying. So joining me now is Jackie Farber. She is from the Electrology Institute of Wisconsin, which is a school with licensed training courses, and Electrology Essentials, which is a clinic that specializes in permanent hair removal services. Good to have you back, Jackie.
Thank you.
This is so great. Yes. First and foremost, you have to explain to people what electrology is, and maybe kind of what it isn't, right? Because a lot of people probably don't know.
Right. So electrology has been around since the 1800s, and basically it's been around. A lot of people have heard about it. It fell off the map for a while.
It did, didn't it?
Because laser came in in the 1990s, okay? So once laser came in, everybody thought that was the big hurrah, we're finally gonna get rid of hair. But what people learned is that it doesn't remove blonde hair, white hair, red hair. It's not good on certain skin tones, the dark with pigment in it. So it's really only good for people with white hair, white skin and dark hair.
Right, that differentiation between
Yes, it needs a contrast.
Yes, the contrast. And a lot of people know that about lasers, or they don't and it doesn't work for them.
Right.
So electrology then, how is it different? What does it do?
So with electrology, what we do is we actually insert, if you're watching the video right there, we actually insert a tiny little filament probe into each hair follicle, and we actually target the germinative cells, which are a little ball of capillaries called the papilla, and we actually target those cells in the lower half of the follicle, and we kill them.
So one by one?
One by one, but I can move pretty fast. So you'd be surprised at how much we can get done in a short amount of time.
So what do you hear from people, the reasons they have unwanted hair and unwanted hair growth?
Well, a lot of reasons for unwanted hair growth is medications.
Oh, yeah.
So there's blood pressure medications, antihistamines, steroids. Sometimes people have something called PCOS.
Yeah.
There's also a reason for hair growth. They're showing it right now, which is the paradoxical hypertrichosis, which actually is caused by an unskilled, untrained laser technician that didn't put their settings right and use it for the right skin tone. Laser does work on people, but it just, if it's not used correctly, it can cause that on hormonal facial hair.
Which is why it's important to always go to trained people, and that's what you guys do. You also train and license electrologists. So talk about first as we go through, because this is a good example of who is and who isn't a good candidate. These are hair types and skin types.
Yeah, so I have little examples here, and this is how we teach our students. Do you want me to demonstrate while I talk?
Yes, I do.
So
Can
here
you?
is my actual probe on my machine, which is one of the top of the line. I typically would wear gloves, but I don't have to put them on. I would also put on my loops so I could see better.
Your glasses.
But I don't need them for these big hairs. So this is how we train our students. We teach them dexterity, and then we teach them how to insert into the hair follicle. I'm going to try to find one at a good angle here. I'll turn it. And we insert, and then they flip their tweezers, and this is how they start learning, and then you take it out.
Gosh.
So there's a mixture of salt and pepper there.
That looks
I'll do
so
another
much fun.
one. I'll zoom in, put it in, and then you epilate it out. And this is what we do, as the video was showing too.
So you're getting from the that root of it, and that's the reason it doesn't go back, right? So you don't have to do this more than once, one and done, correct?
No, actually,
more?
Electrolysis does take about 18 months to 2 years, depending on how much hair we need to remove.
So the hair cycles still matter.
Yes, so cycles, so one growth cycle is about 4 to 5 months.
Yep.
So you have to go through about 3 or 4 of them in order to, so there's a lot of waves of hair that just keep coming down the chute.
So who's a good candidate? Because you're showing fair skin, fair hair, salt and pepper, which we know, gray hairs and white hairs don't work with laser. Red hair here, dark skin. So do all of these work for electrolysis?
Electrolysis will work on any body part, any skin color, any hair color, and one really awesome thing is also tattoos. A lot of people have tattoos, and there's pigment in there, so laser doesn't work on that. So a lot of people want to show off their tattoos, and we can help them with that.
So you also have classes, and you're enrolling for spring and fall. And
yes.
If somebody's interested in doing this career, who do you try and say, like, hey, come try this, you'd be great at this?
Well, anybody is a good candidate. Anybody looking to change careers. A lot of people maybe later part of of their life, or somebody just starting out. People in the beauty industry. People who like to be perfectionist. My clients like to call me a completionist. So those are all good qualities for somebody who can focus, and somebody who's good with people and has a good empathy and cares for people, because a lot of people have a lot of self-esteem issues from this.
Absolutely.
Like Valentine's Day, I know all these ladies are shaving and plucking this morning because of celebrating tonight. So we'll help them get rid of that so they don't have to do it anymore.
Jackie, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I think that's a wonderful thing to remember. I'm going to give all the information because you've got these classes starting up. People can come in and use your services and just learn so much more about all you do. Thank you.
So we have students that are starting on Friday. They'll be taking clients on starting the beginning of March.
Perfect.
I have a new employee that's also taking on one of my graduates.
Yes, and I'll give that information too.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fabulous. Right now you can contact Electrology Essentials and get $10 off new client appointments. They also have package pricing for appointments with Thomas for even bigger savings. So here's what you do. Reach out to them or scan the QR code on your screen, or visit online at electrologyinstituteofwisconsin.com. You can click on the schedule an appointment, and you can also call them as well, 414-303-0660.